Hey y'all, welcome back to the ranch. What we've been working on this evening, or this afternoon, right, actually, is a cottonseed feeder. And this thing, we happened to be at one of our local feed stores here, and we were getting some cottonseed. I'd read a little bit about it and thought it may be interesting to try here with their deer. And I've got about 200 pounds, but this feeder holds about 350 pounds according to the guidelines. And we've been putting together. We've had a little issues with it, problems, operator error, not anything to do with the instructions or destructions. Depends on how you want to refer to those. But anyway, I think it came out pretty well. It seems pretty solid. And anyway, we're going to take a walk around, take a look at it. I'll show you what we've got here and how we've kind of put this thing together. All right, so this is our cottonseed feeder. And right now, it seems pretty secure. I mean, it's got a lot of bolts, and it went together well. It seemed pretty simplistic. It just took a little time, so it's not anything to get in a hurry with or anything to rush through. But we did start out here with the legs and the foundation. These all went together. Now, when you put those in, I would go ahead and tighten up these bolts very securely. And you've got four legs, and make sure that that's a good foundation to start building on top of. The second step here is putting this feeder divider, and it goes in pretty easy. It fits pretty well, but it does have a couple little slots that you can't really see here that hits these crossbars, and that will actually allow it to line properly. So you want to make sure you get those in there, adjusted and bolted in. Again, you can complete that. You don't want to have to go digging in this when you got the panels up. You don't want to have to be crawling in this thing to try to get those things tightened up. So go ahead. I'd suggest tightening everything on the base and everything on that divider, on that feeder divider. Then on your panels, I would make sure that you align these properly, because the biggest point that I ran into, and I didn't realize it, that this top is set pretty specifically. And what it's got is these little latches, these little locks that keeps the top on. And all it does is this little finger with that little spring, and you just take it. It's already pre-threaded, so you just take it and screw that in there with a washer. And then you just take this little ring like this and latch it over the top. And you've got one on the other side. So that's where it makes it essential that these panels go together correctly in the right lining. So on this one, when I first put this together, of course, this did not match up. So that created a little heartache going back and putting these panels in the right order, sort of. So if I'm giving you any recommendations, I would put this all together, run your bolts and your washers and your nuts on there, and not tighten anything up until you get this top on here, and make sure that these align properly, because that's the last thing you want to have to do is go back and take more time and effort and replace all that and swap them out, because that will take you some time. Some of these are not easy to get to. Some of these are a little more challenging, for your tightening up, depending on the tools that you're using. But it's nothing that's not doable. It's just time consuming. So just, take a relaxing morning. Probably easier to do in the morning, I'd guess, than in the evening when you're a little tired. So. But I think it's sturdy. I think it's going to work out well. I can't wait to see what the deer think about it. And on these legs, too, if I hadn't pointed out, they have a little area in case you want to run a bolt through there. You've got to secure it to some type of foundation, wood, cement, whatever you choose to, or if you want to elevate it. This, I don't know what this is, maybe 8-9 inches or so. I don't know if I'm going to leave it like that or I'm actually going to end up elevating it. So we'll just see once I get it out there. Try to decide what I'm going to do, and may let it just sit on the ground for the first feeding, and then when it's empty, I may decide to elevate it. So we'll see. But anyway, I feel pretty happy with that. I think it turned out pretty well. So I think that it's going to be a good addition to what we're going to do here at the ranch. I hope the deer like it. Like I said, it's going to hold quite a bit of cottonseed, 350 pounds. We'll put 200 in to start and see how it works out. But other than that, we'll try it. We've got protein feed out here. We've got some corn out here. we've got a few mineral blocks that they can, lick off of in case they need to. But right now, we've had so much rain. It's just not really. I don't think they're really interested in going to the feeders. I think they're more interested in just foraging around and see what they can find. I have set up a few water guzzlers to catch rain, and we've had a lot of that here recently. So those are pretty full. The deer seem very comfortable. They're eating all kinds of things. Like I said, they're just kind of going up the feeder, smelling around, taking a bite here and there. And they seem to be really enjoying what nature has provided for them coming up after these rains. So everything is lush and green. So I would have to think these deer are pretty happy. But anyway, on the Cottonseed Feeder, I'm really excited about getting it out there and getting it put together with the feed, and then taking some videos and see what the deer have to think about it. All right. Well, y'all take care.